So what I'm noticing now is like a couple of things. We're not balanced and we're not sweeping the ground. Okay. So do a practice swing for me. You can pull a ball out if you want. It's fine. But I want you to feel like you're a little more balanced and you find your sweep more. See how you're not hitting the ground? With an iron, we've got to find that low point. So what I would say, go ahead and set up for me and stand taller in your knees, but lower your hands by bowing, meaning kind of like here. I would say get more here, but more on top of it. Like your knees are kind of pushing you on top of that. Once you can do that, put a ball out there, right? It's all a matter of figuring out, okay, where's the club bottom up between my feet? Put the ball there and hit it. Better. So right now, here's your finish. Right? I don't care if it's crap shot right now. Just kind of hold that finish 1,000 to 1,000. Taller the knees. So feel like you're taller in your legs. There you go. Good. That will help you keep away from shaking a little bit. This thing right here, you're just kind of squatting too much. You decrease the amount of room for the arm to pull. So if you get taller, there's all of a sudden a little bit more depth. But we're using that kind of height to the knees to kind of be more upright. So instead of being here, more there, it creates more room for the versus if I'm sitting like this, now I can easily hit that arm around it. Good. This one's open right here. Bye. No sweep. So for a pitching wedge, you have a pretty, a lot of extra motion. If you get here, you're all the time. Now, if you have to contact with this thing, keep that tall left side engaged. Lock left leg. Almost a little behind the ball on that one. Scoot this way a hair. Good. So do a practice swing. You can find that sweep. Gotta find the ground. Stay more into a forward bend. There you go. Relax. Well, how hard you grip in that club? A scale of 1 to 10.
That's the other thing is I've got an overlap grip. I've definitely noticed a little bit of pain between the pinky and the ring.
That's gonna happen. So you're talking here.
Yeah.
So it could be a couple of things. A, like your grip pressure should be like on average 30% right now. Soft tension in the body. I'd get a little more pressure over here too on the left leg. Yeah, stay over there more. Better. A little bit more ground. You want to make sure that your sweep starts ahead of the ball position line and goes forward. Stay down. I'll try it again. Get it smooth up. Swing down. There you go. Same thing. Try it again. Stay down on it. Smooth up. Swing down. Good. And freeze. 1,000, 2, 1,000. A little more ground. One more time. I want you to feel the bottom of the club kick off the mat. Stay down on it. Smooth up. Swing down. Nope. Tightened up. Felt the arms tighten at the top.
Yeah.
Good. So at the top of your swing and pause real quick. That's your finish. Go top of your backswing. Where's all your weight at?
Right.
Now get there you go. See, now swing down. See what I'm saying? And it's a pitching wedge. One thing if it was a 7-iron, 5-iron, 5 wood, okay, there's variables. But on a pitching wedge, there's absolutely no reason to be getting the foot up like that. Again, if you were striking it cleanly, it wouldn't bother me, right? But now you can tell that on a pitching wedge full backswing, you're 70% loaded on that back leg. You want to stay tall and engaged on that lead leg. Try it again. Keep your eyes closed on it. Keep that left heel in the ground. Better. So I'll show you a feeling I use for a pitching wedge, okay? So as I turn to the top, I feel this shoulder pushes into that heel. So more here, right? Keep that foot in the ground though. There you go. So you're staying more on top of it instead of shifting behind it so much, right? That'll be a reason why you'll have an issue with your contact. There's too much lateral motion in the spine. So we want to feel like as we're turning, we're staying more on top of the ball instead of getting behind it so much. Better. Good. Put a ball up there. Good contact. Watch your finish. No fade away. Or Dragon Slayers. You know. And the reason that I kind of harp on that is because if you don't have a good finish, it means your balance is not owned. You don't own your balance. If you don't own your balance, you're going to always have a striking issue. Smooth, sweep, stick, freeze, 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 freeze. There you go. Try it again. Little heel strikey there. No sweep. So when you miss a shot, you can kind of deduct it to 3 basic things, right? Smooth. Was it smooth and relaxed? Could be a little softer. I moved you a little tight, right?
Yeah.
Did I sweep the ground? No. Did I stick the finish? Stick was there. But again, the reason the stick helps because it helps the sweep, and the sweep helps to kind of find that more relaxed tempo in the smoothness. So try it again. Good. So scoot this way a little bit more. Keep going with the stance that way. There you go. Relax. Don't need to be so tight. Soft and relaxed. No sweep. Better. Hold that finish. No fadeaways. You'd think it'd be such an easy thing to do, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, I can hold my finish. I challenge you. Because the sooner you get better at holding your finish, like everything in your game gets better. Because you're more stable. Good. So coming through. All right. So when you're coming through, your club face is coming pretty open. So if I had an issue hitting off the heel as much as you, what the hell's that? I feel something. Okay. Like that was the whole problem. It was there. We'll fix your swing. Okay, go ahead and set up. So you need to get comfortable, like understanding that. Relax. That club needs to come in more like this.
Okay.
So turn your hips open more. There you go. Keep your head behind the ball though. There you go. Now weight forward. There it is. That's where you're gonna get to more. Okay, so find your sweep again, coming in off the heel. Scoot closer to it. Closer. Get taller though. Alright, so bring this guy more to here. Relax. So tight. Bring this club up for it right here. Relax. Oh my god. There you go. You can't move yet. That's how soft and relaxed. Like I don't want you hulking out, right?
Okay.
That's why you're tending to hit it off the heel so much. Good. Better. It's not about muscle right now. Right now it's about kind of okay. Now, do I want you swinging in your elbows, breaking and flopping around? No. But I don't want you squeezing the life out of that. If that was any sort of creature, if it can't talk when you're done swinging it, you're squeezing it too hard, okay? So, same thing. Again, when you bring the elbows in like this, it's relax the forearms, right? But when you're swinging, I want the club supported, like it's not flimsy. Too far away from it. So go ahead and set up. So when you're hitting a wedge, you should really probably be right about, scoot your feet that way a little bit. Right about there, I'd say. A little bit more there. Yep. You tend to get more out to here, right? And then you miss the ground and hit it thin. Better. Even more mat. I want to feel a slight kick back from that mat. Good. Yeah, scoot closer. There you go. Bring the handle up more a little bit. There you go. Better, a hair behind the ball. But I would take that over hitting it thin and to the right. Yep. Scoot closer. Get the handle up more a little bit. Bring the handle up this way. Yes, there you go. Good. Much better. Way cleaner strike. Like I said, I think with your, as we'll go to another club in a minute, but I think you just get too far away from it and you hit it thin. So I want you to feel like you're kind of closer and a little more upright with that handle. Better. It's a little easy. It's a little bit easier to repeat, right? You don't have to work so hard to return the club back to it. Off the heel. Honestly, I don't think you were too close. I just think your posture wasn't enough bend because you're kind of here more than there again. Like I want you to feel like your chest is more on top of the ball and you're kind of taller right here. So get taller from here. There you go. But bow, right? Cover that ball more. Almost. Find your sweep now. Does that make sense though? When I think I see you hitting it, you're a little too squatty and upright. But when you get into this more covering with the chest and staying a little taller in the legs, it allows you to swing more up and down on it. Better. All right, let's go 2 clubs up. So 8-6. Yeah, let's go 8. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's keep that ball a little bit more right over here. There we go. Right there. finally gives you some room. Practice swing. Little wider stance now. There you go. Better hair behind it. So see this spot right here? This is where you hit. We need to sweep over there. So try it again. Scoot closer to it. Now push your butt backwards. There you go. Kind of cover the ball, so bow more. Try it again. So watch, kind of pushing the butt to bow. You just kind of did that. You did it, but kind of cover that ball more. Scoot a little wider stance. Scoot yourself that way here. There. There you go. So more over that ball. Better. So that allows you to, because again, you have an issue with your sweep, with finding where does my club bottom out. And if we're too much like this and we have a shank problem, that typically stems from standing too tall in the pelvis and too upright, and then we get kind of blocked out. So what we're trying to do is kind of feel like the knees are a little taller, the pelvis is back, and you're kind of bowing more, right? Respect to the golf gods for the good shot, right? There you go, good, yes. Just a tiny version of it, looks great, love it. Better, all day, right? We can deal with that, right? So, and again, the biggest thing I'll tell you about irons for right now is you got to figure out whether it's a pitching wedge, 8-iron, or a 6-iron, you have to figure out where does this club bottom out between my feet, right? And then if that's where my club's sweeping consistently, I put the ball right at the beginning of that part. And because that's at the end of the day, when you're on the course, you want to hit clean shots. Once you can play around a golf and hit everything, probably like 80, 90% clean, then you could really have a lot better idea of why your ball goes a certain direction. But if you're hitting one off the heel and then one off the toe and then one straight, yeah, we have a concept of what's going on, but it's hard for you to gauge as you go what's really happening. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you start changing too much, right? Okay, so I'm not mad about that, right? So then what we talked about is the sweep, right? So I would say let's go a little wider stance. Give me a couple of practice swings, but make sure again your sweep is ahead of the golf ball over here on some level. Better. Right, so you're gonna see it takes a lot of weight to stay on the lead side than behind the ball. Good, put a ball up there. Off the heel. Feel tight and jammed on that one a little bit? A little bit. You feel it, make some more room, right? Just a little bit. Okay, so that means where are we hitting it? Off the heel, right? So try one more, but if I do it a third time, I'll kind of step off and work on just a little bit of relaxed arms on it. Good. Now, stand over here for a second. If, I am having an issue hitting my ball clean, I'll do two things I'll practice on. The basic way is, can I literally bring the club straight back and straight through, right? Back to the ball. Can I do this? Second of all, impact. If that wasn't going well, I would make sure that I'm not standing up into the ball too soon and kind of keeping my left hip clearing, and then I'd stand up more out here. So a lot of times people, it's called early extension, they'll stand up and they'll hit it right off the heel, right? So once they kind of get that dialed in, you set up and stay relaxed. Nice and smooth, baby. Couldn't ask for a better sunset. I was on the course. I like to do a lot of course lessons. Better. And I'm going to kind of mess with your setup a little bit. Okay, so right now I'm going to mirror you, so go ahead and set up. So you kind of look like this. Your chest is over here. I want you to kind of kick your hips and drop your trailing. There you go, just like that. I know it feels awkward, but that will definitely help from the Shankopotamuses too. Topped it. It's okay. It wasn't a shank though. Good. Drop that right shoulder kind of behind the ball. Other way. Other way. Yes, there you go. Right there. Perfect. Yes. Find your sweep now. So stay down on that ball. Cover it more. I know it's a different setup, but it's fundamentally more sound. Right shoulder kind of down a little bit. Good. Stay down on that ball. Much better. Much better, right? I know it feels awkward, right? Because you're used, okay, so right now when you're set up, you look kind of pelvis back and spine in front of the golf ball. What I'm trying to do is trying to get the pelvis more ahead a little bit so you feel that 60, 70% more weight on the lead side, and your spine's more now behind the golf ball. So it looks more kind of tour-esque than kind of, okay, this will promote shanks for sure because that's the way you set up to it. This will actually allow it to drop in, and that little bit of motion matters. Good swing though on that last one. Good, right shoulder kind of tucked in a little more. There you go, good. Just open the right, little off the heel. Good. Looks pretty good. That's pretty square right there. Scoot that way a hair. Keep going. Wider stance now. There you go. Now get more weight on your left leg. Almost. Fell back on that finish. Good. Yes, good. Just a hair behind it, right? So again, put the ball right here. Don't move the ball. Work on your sweeps being ahead of the ball. Do a practice swings. Practice swings. Don't be guessing. Create the feel. Right shoulder down. Good. Get that weight traveling to the lead side of the swing. Almost. If it bottomed out, it would have been ahead of it. Keep down on that. Yes, that was 100% it right there. Yes. Good. Almost. A little quick on that one. Should be a little wider stance. There you go. Taller in the legs. Be athletic. Yes, that looks better. Off the heel. Okay, so let's work more with your hips a little bit. Okay, so let's do a practice swing. Now go to the top of your swing and pause. A little wider stance. Let's go shoulder width. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go. Now go shoulder turn all the way to the top of your swing and pause. Now from here, we're going to let the lower body dominate from right here. Ready and go. Turn through even more. Right, get that foot turning all the way through. Try it again. Find the sweep now. Shoulder turn to the top. Good, and fire from the hips. Right, let the hips do the downswing. Good. A little more forward bend. More bowing. There you go. There you go. Yes. More bowing. Cover the ball more. There you go. You can feel the top of your calves, can't you? Just a little tight. That was closer. Got a little nip of it. Feel like your hands are low by your knees. There you go. That's getting there. Good. Put a ball up there. I know it feels like really when you figure it out, you're almost at the top of a deadlift. Yeah. Good. So close. So close. Are they going to turn the lights on anytime soon? I'm going to go run and turn the lights on. 30 seconds. Good. Freeze. Yes. I know it feels awkward at first, right? But the more you cover that ball, the better chances you're going to have of getting it in the air, right? If you stand so upright that you're having issues hitting the ground, we need to get a little more forward bending cover. Good. Smoother, relaxed arms. Try to keep the body tension down to 30%. Good, relax. Smooth up, smooth sweep, and a smooth stick. There you go, good. Watch that freeze, stick. Not your ninja swipe back. Hi-ya! I want you to, once it gets in the air, I want you to hold 1,000, 2, 1,000. From there, I don't care what you do after that, right? But guarantee that lead side finish. Good. Try it again. Now I want you to try one more thing, and I'm going to stop adding. This is going to be it. When you get to here, I want you to feel like your lead side bumps to your left hip more, and then you turn through. So like when you're up here, I want you to feel like your weight shifts to that front side, and then you turn through. So go to the top and pause. Smooth up. Now from here, I want you to bump your hips to the left. Dude, now swing down and through. Right? Get that weight going more to the lead side. Yes. Not hitting behind the ball now, right? So we're transferring weight to the lead side. All right, now we're really going to play with your emotions. Hit one more good one, and we'll go to the 6-iron. Does it make sense what we're talking about so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Do you have questions?
Is definitely going to help me out better. I would say, if I'm out here, I hit like 10, 20 balls, I'm kind of in the groove with the swing.
Mm-hmm.
Falls apart once I start pulling up.
Yep, that's kind of what we're working on. I kind of work small and build big. Right shoulder down just a hair. Good, perfect. Much better. Good job. Grab your 6. This is where the cheese might fall off the cracker a little bit, but that's okay. Same concept we're gonna do. Luckily, you don't have path problems, so that's not really the biggest issue. When you miss, it's just you're too tight, and your club face is so goddamn open that like it's hitting shanks, right? So as we relax you more, right, that will go away. And again, as we're not standing so far upright, that's the biggest thing. It's that early extension pelvis standing. That's going to always what's called fist fluffing, right? You're always shoving your hands into the ball, versus when you're kind of at this position where you can turn through it a little cleaner. All right, let's get it going. Ye old 6-iron. All right, so let's go a little wider stance. Good. We're going to feel more of this guy back there. Yep, but we want to be down there more and feeling. There we go. Good. There you go. We'll just stay relaxed. It looks like a good cover there. I like that. Yep. And nothing else is going to change outside. That's a little wider stance, and you probably feel a little bit more shoulder tilt in the right shoulder. There you go. Shoulder second, I don't know what to call it. Sounds fun. Find that sweep. Good. Right shoulder down and in a little bit. Good. Smooth up. Sweep down. Freeze. There it is. That's what we're trying to accomplish. Smooth sweep stick, baby. It sounds simple, but it's hard. Good. Yep. And once you're ready, look down the road where you want the ball to go. Trust your work, swing to your target. Almost. Try it again. Good process. Welcome to golf. Good, same thing. Kind of feel that right shoulder down and in. A little wider stance for me. There you go. Good. Smooth up. Swing through and stick. Freeze. Good. All right. Just hitting a hair behind it and shutting the club a little bit. It's not bad. Again, the 6-iron's probably where it's going to fall off a little bit. Give yourself a few swings. You should be just fine. What I would really say is focus on that weight transfer that we just worked on a little bit. There it is. You could probably do a little hair more transfer, couldn't you? Right? So you feel how you hit just a hair behind the ball on that. So a lot of the times where we're hitting behind the ball, with most players, they're not transferring their weight to the lead side enough with their irons, right? It's a different kind of feeling with the driver, but especially the longer irons, if we're hitting behind it, typically what happens, if you chub it, it's going to shut the club face and snap a lot of times. Better. I mean, you got good. I mean, everything's pretty solid. Your path is good. Your face angle's good. It's like once you learn how to find your balance and get that low point dialed in, you'll be dropping dimes on, 170 yards. A little wider stance for me. Good. Really get that weight to the lead side on the downswing. Close. Hit it off the heel. Popped up a little too soon, right? So that's say when that one's kind of here, right? Stay down through it through here, and then the hips come up, right? So if we pop up, if we get to here, and we pop up, it'll do that all the time. So it's turning, 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 hit the ball, arms are out in front of you, and then we stand up with it. Oh, I got a bug in my eye. Very close to almost perfect. We have to call those almost awesome shots. King of the almost awesome? Welcome to the kingdom of almost awesome, where every shot is almost good. They're coming for you, about to get so on fire. Great contact. Yes, 100%. Little right, don't care about that. I cared about the sweep. I cared about the stick and the contact, right? That's the one thing I want you to take away from this. How do I hit the ball cleaner, right? I know I'm going over a lot because I kind of aligned your setup a little bit. Okay, so that felt, and then I got your spine in a more neutralized spot, and then from there, now it's like, okay, we're transferring that weight to the lead side. So once we get to the top, you're gonna get back here by natural feel. That's fine, but you have to get that weight back over there so you don't hit behind the ball, right? And that is more advanced than okay, smooth sweep stick. But again, where is the club bottoming out between your feet? Where do I put the ball so I hit it clean? I don't want to hit the big ball before I hit the golf ball. All right, hit a few more irons. I'm gonna go get some better balls because I want to do a little bit of driver with you too. So that way you have a good chunk of things to work on, and it's not because what I always hated when I took a lesson is we'd work on a 7 iron. Well, that's great. You have the same problems across your entire swing. We just have to get you comfortable in the setup and then figuring out where that low point or sweep is. Okay. Be right back. Beautiful shot. All right, grab your driver.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Okay, so really, what's going to change? There's not a whole bunch. You just feel more behind the ball, right? So our goal is to learn, hey, we got to sweep the tip of the tee on that ball, right? So what I do, the same thing you just did, but I'll do a smaller front foot, either to the inside heel or maybe a club head, depending on the player. I like to see just kind of like 2 balls in, to be honest. And then what I want to make sure is I'm looking at the backside of that golf ball. So as my spine tilts to the backside to look at it, I'm going to feel like there's 55% more weight on my trailing side. Now, I don't shift my weight over here like that. Literally, just because if I was standing straight up like this and I tilted my right side just like this, there's now more pressure on my right side because I have now pushed my mass over there. That's what we're doing. We're not shifting or swaying over there. Does that make sense? Once you kind of do that, it's the same concept. You know, we're trying to sweep the tee, get all set up, trust it, let it go. Okay. Good. So I'll set you up a couple of times, a little wider stance. There you go. Feel behind it. There you go. All right, we're off. Watch your balance. No moonwalking, no fadeaways. Got to own that lower body. Lower body gonna stick it as best you can. I would say give me a little bit more squatty, dumpy feel in your lower body. There you go, a little wider stance. Right shoulder down. There you go. All right. Not bad. Just gotta square it up now. Is this the set they sell at
I think this one was
Costco?
direct from Callaway.
Direct from Callaway? I know that Callaway has like or Costco has a Callaway set for relatively cheap.
I think this was the step up.
Yeah. Give me a little wider stance. Your foot, try to bring in. That's good. Show me here. Yes. There you go. Good. All right. Straighter. Good. So pulled up too quickly on it. So that was probably more hit halfway up the ball. Do a practice swing for me and find that T sweep. All right, so go right to that T. The T will make a noise when you do it right. When you find that sweet spot, good, a little behind it. Good. Smooth up, find the sweep of the T. That was it. Hear that sound? That's the sweet spot right there. And that's the thing about people, they don't understand about driver. You do not hit that thing in the center of the club face. It is so hard to keep it straight. It is so hard to keep it straight. Driver's like the most sensitive about it. Better. Still could use stay down a little longer. So meaning you're side bending you're getting here a little too much on the downswing. So you're barely hitting it just thin. You're probably about a groove low. There you go. Good. So fell back on it. See, you're falling backwards. Try to really get on that left leg. You're trying to launch it too much almost. So I mean, as you're coming in, you're here. You're falling backwards too fast. Stay more into the ball. There you go. That is perfect. Yep. Get 4 inches behind it. All right, so go ahead and set up for me. I just saw something. So don't shut the club face, right? Keep it like that. Right now you're de-lofting it. So keep it right about there. It's going to look a little open to you. So widen your stance. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go. Right there. Yep. Almost. That was close. Didn't sweep the tee on it though. Do some practice swings. Find the tee. Find the tee. Cover it more. More forward bend. More bow. There you go. Yes. Find the tee now. More tee. More tee. So you're barely hitting it. Better. Put a ball up there. That's the sound you're looking for. Make the club a little shorter. Good. Very close. Is this always your MO with your driver?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to feel like you're standing more upright, then don't side bend so much behind it right now. Yeah, just feel like you're standing more iron-esque to it. Almost. You're not swinging, because right now you're hitting halfway up the ball. Okay, so I want you to feel like you're swinging down on it more. So literally feel like that club's going to go under the ball. We drop, hit the ground first. Try practice swing. Okay, go for it. Find that sweep. Gotta hit that tee even more. And wait that way. That's better. I want you to feel like you're gonna hit halfway up that tee. Because once you do that, that ball will go fine. Get closer to it, kind of crowd it. Put the hands higher, the handle higher. Keep going. There you go, that's better. Just halfway up the ball again. Now we can go to a taller tee, but I really don't recommend it because that's it's already pretty good. But I will get another tee. I don't think it's going to be the savior of everything, though. I think it's going to be a Band-Aid. Almost. I can always make it taller. However, it's just a Band-Aid. Because you need to learn how to hit it low off a tee, because those are the more consistent ones. So it doesn't do much. Okay, so go ahead and set up for me. Okay, here. Relax the arms and the body. Start your lower body downswing. Relax your arms. There you go. Keep the arms relaxed. Lower body, lower body, lower body. Okay. Gotta get more into that tee feeling. More tee. Gotta hit that tee. I want you to hit the base of the tee right now. Find that tee. Hit that tee twice in a row with a good sound and put a ball up there. More tee. Swing at that tee. Throw your arms at that tee. Yes, even more. Yep. Now put a ball up there. You gotta hit that much. Very close. No tee though. Hit that tee. Can't fix it all in 1 hour, but we got a lot done. I want you to try to really hit the base of that tee so you can pop fly that ball in the air. Drop kicked it. Smooth, long, relaxed swings. Scoot closer to it. Yep. Get really crowdy on it. ball. Oh, ball. Well, at least we know what to work on for the next lesson.